Well, hello guys. Hello. Welcome back to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okay, guys, thank you. What a lovely bunch you are, aren't you? Quite a few of you have subscribed as well, so I'm really happy about that. I'm going to give a mum update at the end of the video, but I probably won't be posting until Wednesday, okay? So I'll explain why later on, but things have just gone so downhill at the moment. Anyway, okay, so other than that, I thought I'd ground myself and I don't know, chill, reading for you guys. So I'm going to do a few quick readings in succession. We've got loads and loads of stories, coming out. A lot of people, speaking out against Harry and Meghan. So let's have a look then. So the first one is apparently he's lost his phone hacking trial, and the judge basically, in his own terminology, called him a liar. For those of you that have ever been in a divorce court or, compensation, and then somebody's like, hiding something, or, it's the barefaced lying, okay? The judge doesn't say you're lying. He does not say that's inaccurate. He uses other words, like he did with Harry, plausible and even unlikely. But anyway, so yeah, he got the judge finally laid down the law. He can go to trial, but I tell you now, I know for a certain he cannot prove anything. He will be ripped apart. He either wants to go in the courts, or he wants a chance to slag off the royals again. I mean, telling everybody that, the Queen had an agreement with the media not to do this, that and the other, and not to report, and, grape picking, basically, choosing the juicy ones and leaving the others alone. Now, it just doesn't work like that, okay? I do admit there's corruption everywhere, it's all possible, but as far as I'm concerned, I do not believe that whatsoever. And it turns out that nobody else does, only Harry, but the same Harry that's slagging the Queen off, nicking her name, calling Charles out, being a bad father, inferring that the royal family was responsible for his mother's death, and he should have, he's going to look into it more. All these kind of things, what they've done. And never mind the smearing of Catherine and William. It's just so. Look, they can see right through him. So what I'm going to ask about is, did Harry smash up his room? And why was he in a hotel in LA? I mean, the court case finding was in the UK. So, I'm not sure. I haven't read so much about it. It's not what I do. I read after, or if I can be bothered. After I've done a reading, I think, well, I know what I need to know. They all lie, don't they, in the media? You just get one article sent from Harry and Meghan and their team, and it's repeated word for word all the way through, so you can spot those articles. They just say the same. Okay, did Harry smash up his hotel room? Is it true, universe, that Harry, because he was so angry with the mail and that he was staying at a hotel? Oh, no. This is too much. This is too much of a question. Okay. Universe, was Harry in a hotel room on the night specified that is accused? Oh, well, yeah, I would say so. There he is, that is his card. He was staying somewhere where they know him. He was staying somewhere where they liked him. So obviously, this could be pre-Meghan as well, because people liked him before Meghan. Did he smash up his room in anger? No. And you know what? I take that back. He wasn't in a hotel room. He wasn't. He's at home with his missus. Or he could have had a meeting. Did Harry stay at a hotel because he had a meeting? Yes, yes. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, we're not losing it. It's all about the questions, isn't it, guys? Okay, so yeah, he was, and he went out as well. He had a few drinks. I do not believe that this story at this point is true. How did Harry? Because if you're smashing a room up, you don't go out with your mates later. It looks like he had a jolly good time. So yeah, he was meeting somebody. He was out. So that's why he was at the hotel. I didn't think it made sense, to be honest. How did Harry feel about losing his phone hacking claim? Don't care what anybody says. It went really well because he got a trial out of it. Okay, so him in his own head, he's thinking, well, they'll report that it's going to trial. This is what he wants. He wants to be in the thick of it. So basically, it's good PR because from now till January, they'll be talking about it. They'll be speculating about it. It'll be in our faces, or so he thinks. A lot can change in a few months. And so yeah, he thinks it's good PR, and then going through a trial like the last one is pretty well rehearsed. So that's PR. Will he win it? Will he win the rest of the case in January? No, and I tell you why. Because whoever he thought was going to, didn't he say somebody was going to testify at last minute? Well, that's not going to happen, and I don't believe it would have happened. So I know some kind of guy, reporter or investigator, like denied most of Harry's version of events, that he'd come forward and he was going to testify, and that he carried out these jobs and was in on it, and I don't see this guy coming forward. I've always said that you won't see this guy come forward. And also as well, I tell you now, around January, whoa, that's all I can say. All his relationships as well. I just think so, in a way, he'll find out something can't go ahead as well. But right now, from now till January, that's what he wants, the PR. This isn't about raging war. This is about him paying money that are obviously cheaper than their PR firm. It's PR. He's not unhappy at all. He's got a money ticket for the next 5 months. Don't forget, they're running out of things to talk about, things to whine about, things, that are back in an action. And you can bet your bottom dollar, I know things won't happen like this, but in the present tense, does Harry believe he can make a film and documentary about him and his war on the media? Will there be like a film or something? Absolutely. Absolutely, okay. It won't go well, though. It will not go well. I think he will find it very difficult. We'll be shocked, okay? We'll be shocked. But Harry's got a shock coming to him as well. As his life is at the moment, there'll be comings and goings, with all the businesses and the careers. There'll be more stories to tell. You've got something going on with Meghan, which I've done 2 readings. She's ill and then she does something. But I agree. I can't really see her doing the suicide thing. But I've said it, so it has to stay. And then what I do is I leave it a couple of weeks, and I'll go in through the back door. A back door is saying, how will Charles feel about Meghan in the month of December or January, stuff like that. So you can get it from them as well. But obviously, waiting a few weeks and then picking it up again, like I do, to see what's clearer to me because it's nearer. So that's what we do. But yeah, I mean, everything goes out of control for Harry. So he thinks he can do it, but in actual fact, his film is going to end up saying that he's, a litigant threat, that he messes around with the courts. He's going to, they're going to be strict on him. They really are. He's going to get ripped apart, in January, ripped apart. There is no possible way. Do you know why? Let's ask, why did the judge let the other bit go to trial? So, on the only thing I can think of is here is obviously it would have been difficult to dismiss it all because it leaves him wide open to sort of like insinuate there's something sinister going on. But Harry can't deny he's got no evidence and that he stated that. I don't know how many times, 22 times that day, that, he didn't know. That's why he was here. He had no proof. He felt like that. Oh, jeez. Yeah, also though, I've got here about Meghan, and I just feel like, so the reason he's passed it on to the court is maybe about Meghan. So that's what I get. There's two things here. It could be racism, or could it be that, finally, when he's exposed in court, about talking about Meghan, so Meghan would get brought in to this. She might even have to testify herself because, she's saying they've been hacked and watched and investigators and she will be asked. I think that's it. At the moment, the judge thinks, okay, he doesn't, like I say, on the current circumstances, he's thinking Meghan is going to get involved in this. Is this Meghan universe? Are we talking about the judge wants Meghan? Basically, because of Meghan, in a way, they have to go through it. He had to do it. He's had to do it, but he doesn't expect Harry to shine on the stand at all. He's going in with the same lack of evidence that he had, but it is rightly so because of this guy initially coming in and saying, oh, I did this and I did that, or Harry took it from somewhere, not directly from the horse's mouth. I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? And because of that, there's some doubt there, okay? So that's all you need, a bit of doubt. It has to go to trial. It's for the trial jury to decide, on whether this witness is indeed telling the truth or, involved as Harry says he is, because I don't believe this guy said much that he is involved. He may have said it to somebody else, in the practices, but everything gets twisted. So we know he doesn't win. Harry's thinking, this has been filmed. He is collecting a film on this, a war on his media, on the media. Well, the media can't tear you apart if you're if you're doing good and you've done nothing wrong. I know they can pick on you, but I'm on about the scale of it with Harry. So if he was good and boring and just buggered off, he wouldn't have had this problem, would he? So yeah, this is about bureaucracy and a calculated risk here. This is why. I think Harry thinks he's going to court and trial and it will just be his evidence. Well, Harry, you can't speak for your wife. If you're trying to bring your wife into it, which you have, you've caused her to be suicide. We've done this, we've done that. We've picked on her from day one. Meghan is going to get brought into it. There's no doubt about it. These, lawyers will, in the calmest way possible, rip them apart. So yeah, Harry doesn't see that something, all this gets changed and it all becomes much more, and because he hasn't got the intelligence to think ahead. How can he not think ahead, thinking, right, I'm going to trial, they might want to interview Meghan, or if I say this about Meghan, they get I mean, he talks more about the Chelsea, didn't he, than he did his own wife. But, these things will be called into testimony. And if she's involved, Chelsea, she may be compelled to give a statement. This is all getting out of control for Harry, and he doesn't see it coming. He's got no foresight. If it was me, I have the gift of foresight, so I try sometimes, to sort of like, I'll plan one thing and then I get told another and think, well, that could happen. Then I go there and that could happen. And then I go there, that could happen. Even though I have the knowledge and the insight to do that, it doesn't turn out that way. It just doesn't, A good example, did my cards to see how my mum was, how it'd be when I went. And they said, my day's going to be ruined, or I was going to ruin somebody else's day. And I was thinking, well, I'm definitely going to pick her up. There's not a lot. So I made sure I had hair, everything, all arrangements, made sure the cat was in so I could bring her too. And I get home and I brought all the medication and forgot the nebulizer. So what could I do? I had to ring my brother and ruin his day, ruin his evening on a Friday night when he was going out for a meal, and get him to go to the house and bring it to me. I mean, he didn't moan, bless him, he didn't. But, that's the kind of thing you just don't, you can't see, you can't plan for everything. Will Meghan be dragged into Harry's trial? And if not, we need to know why. Info not passed on. Well, it's not like she could not know about it, okay? It's not like she could not know about it. So will she be involved? I think in a way, for some reason, I think she wouldn't. I think she wouldn't. I think she would get it, so, or she would say she wouldn't. But, the judge is thinking she's definitely the reason. So, say this isn't that she would be involved. I mean, I get as well, at this point, maybe Meghan feels with these lawyers and everything that she won't be involved. This woman does not want to get into a court unless she is dishing it out. So she doesn't want to be on the receiving end. So I gather then that Meghan is not informed of all the facts and potential. If she didn't testify, why wouldn't she? Show me, just show me. I think by whatever it is, by then she's on a merry way. That's what I feel. I think by then she's on a merry way. What I'll say is she's going somewhere. Okay, she's going somewhere. I'm not going to insist that this is her dying or anything, because it might not be that link, but obviously, by January, she's on a merry way. That's all I can say is before the trial, she'll be on a merry way. Will she be leaving, or... Yeah, we got this. I feel similar. Where's she going? That's it. Where's she going? She's not going to want to partake at all. That's that's what I can say. You've got the Ace of Swords here reversed. We've had that with her. We've also had the Six of Swords with her. I mean, all the meanings change for me, because they're just images. They're not that card doesn't mean always that thing. But I do feel, leaving and then I've got to be on a knife's edge. Funny about that, isn't it? Funny about that because we mentioned surgery. She'll say no. She'll say no. There's no way she will want to be dragged in a court. Okay, so, what is the outcome for Harry regarding this trial in January? The outcome. I think he'll be told in no uncertain terms, you need help. You need help. Isn't it true, Harry, that you have felt like this for years, even before Meghan? So it's not just like being a victim. He's always, since 2 or 3, had a hating of the media. Well, where that comes from must be his mum and her reaction, because otherwise he'd just be waving. Your mum would just say, "Oh, these are just nice people. Just give them a wave." So this is 2 or 3. It's not 21. It's not 18. It's not 12 or 13. This is when he was a toddler, and this, So if his mum was moaning about it and getting upset about it, and Harry saw that, he would mimic his mum's emotions as well. So they're going to say, they're going to say to him, "You need help, Harry. Get help. This courtroom isn't, the doctor's surgery or a therapy session. It's not meant to be cathartic. So he's going to. That's the way I feel. Okay, that they're going to make out. That is history of hating the media, being paranoid, and all sorts of stuff. I'd love it if they got a psychologist in or something, to testify that Harry's actually fears and paranoias was all down to smoking the wacky backy. But who knows? But he's going to certainly come across like he is ill in the mind, and he is. He's delusional. That's it, delusional. Okay, guys, that's it from me. Thank you very much, and thank you for subscribing. We've gone over the 3-6 mark. I can't believe that, especially as I haven't been performing as regular the last few weeks, and even a couple of months, really. It's just so bad. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you for listening. I'm just going to give a quick update about my mum. The last week or so. We're having to look at respite care. Her care agency gave up all the contracts back to what we call the social services, and we've not been able to get anybody to do it. So myself and my husband and whoever. Well, I was on my own all week because my brother was away on holiday. The other one, as you know, is. He's got a brain injury, can barely look after himself. So, ended up taking her to her home on Thursday, and we gets there, and it was not nice, it was not pleasant, but I had no choice, and I didn't know what to do. I'd been upset all week. They was trying to send her to shitty homes with no decent care standard rating, CQC. Tried to offer me in the end, places that they weren't even allowed to give a contract through due for performance. So because I had my mum and I was stuck everywhere and it was costing me a fortune in taxes, the social worker, one went on holiday 5 minutes after she spoke to me and said, "Oh, it was a lovely place." Told me to look online for some photos. It looked nice. Anyway, when I got there, it wasn't what it said on the tin. And I'm very astute, and even when you think I'm not weighing things up, I am. And I was sat there. She said she was asking me questions. She parked my mum in the chair, a wheelchair, in this so-called lounge, and offered me a coffee. I said, "No, thank you." And she said, "Well, I'm going to, make a coffee." I said, "Okay." I noticed all the staff, was coming through, and there was chatting about where they was going to the boss, who's meant to be taking information from me. and just, and I thought, well, if you're in here, you're not on the floor. She went to show me the room. We had to go up some stairs. Well, already my mum's been assessed for a ground floor suite with an ensuite because she can't ask you to go to the toilet. If she can see it, she will. She can't ask for anything to eat, so I ordered her a bloody fridge freezer to be delivered to this home the next day. And this is, bearing in mind, it was we couldn't go to a certain time, and it was like 9 o'clock at night. I walked into upstairs, and I thought, this isn't right. My mum's she'll be at risk of a fall. She's high risk because she wanders. So can't walk far, but can wander. So she showed me the room. It had like a half a wardrobe. I thought, God, I've brought like 4 cases, so two big cases, and a lot of stuff. No toilet, no shower, no nothing. And yeah, so I was walking downstairs thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? When you feel forced that you're going to have to leave somebody there. And I just said to her, I don't know if you've made a mistake, but she was assessed as needing a ground floor. And it just seems that through some of the questions that, they weren't aware of my mum's nursing nebulizer stuff. There's a specialist life-saving drug she has to have. It's all set up differently. They didn't know that. They didn't know a lot, to be fair, but she knew that she was, she'd stayed over 20 minutes later than she should. And anyway, so in the end, thankfully, she said, oh, well, we won't be able to take her. And in my head, I was thinking, thank God for that, because once you get them in, it's very difficult to get them out. Bearing in mind that this is respite, but it's also cheaper for them, because when you've got care in your own home, you can get a discount. But for my mum, she would have had to pay out of her own pocket £200 a week for a home, and also keep on the running costs of her home as well, which was just like, I said, well, what do you do when she's ran out of money? And, well, they're not interested. Anyway, brought her home with me on the night, awful night. She, for some reason, went on halfway on my stairs, wouldn't get down. 2 hours. 2 hours talking. She was aggressive. She was confused. She was wet. I couldn't, and I'm not grabbing my mother, I rang my husband saying, can you come home and can you try, because she likes you. Calling me stupid, calling me, I'm a silly girl, and all this. I'm selfish. I thought, freaking hell. And she thought the front door, because it's just off the living room, she thought the front door was the toilet. So she kept trying to get out of there. And I was like, I did say to her, Mum, I don't understand, I don't understand. Because when she's been to mine before, it's never been like this. But it was to do with, we had free taxis that day, minibuses, wheelchairs, I was with her all day, talking to her and packing and stuff, and she hadn't had any sleep, and then she'd had a meds at, I don't know, 7:30 on the night, so that didn't help things. And she went to, I showed her where the toilet was, because this is before I'd shown her where the toilet was downstairs, and she sort of like walked in, walked out, and went to my front doors, broke the handle on my front door, back door, so I can't bloody lock it. I've had to get somebody out, and well, maybe it's a blessing. I've got a real nice place to assess on Monday morning, but it's whether they'll take her or not, and I've got a feeling that they might not. So but yeah, the cards I did for her that day, I couldn't understand it. I was going to be upset, but my mum, my mum would feel loved, and I thought, how can she feel loved in her first night on a residential nursing home? And anyway, one was it was at my house. I saw her at home. And, well, I definitely saw her at her home, so I had to take her back home because she was that distressed. So that's it. I've got to do things on Monday, and Tuesday I might have to move her in, so don't be expecting a video from me until Wednesday, okay? But it's just just wrong, isn't it, really? It's just wrong. It's the government to blame. It is the government to blame for the poor payments of and investing in carers. They do an awful lot, a lot more than some nurses do. You know, they've got to change the knickers and the pants and clean up and all like that. So yeah, it's tough going, but never mind. Okay, so anyway, I'll be back soon with another reading. Okay, guys, bye now. Bye bye.